player props here on PrizePicks for Thursday, November 10th. A little bit of a smaller slate today, only 4 games here on the slate. But before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit. There is also a Discord link in the description below this video, where the main server is currently completely free, as well as Patreon link where I do post all the player props here that I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. Check out the links, description below, all that good stuff. But let's get into you guys. 2 total player props that I like from Thursday. Like I said, only 4 games here on the slate. Dallas, Washington, Philly, Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami, Portland, New Orleans, Pelicans here. 4 games. We've been used to these massive slates here. So definitely a smaller slate today. We do have NFL, Thursday Night Football as well. It's a pretty big slate of college basketball as well. But let's get into it, you guys. Again, not a gambling expert, not financial advice. These are simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully giving you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player props here. So for the first play, I want to just give this. It's the same player, but it's 2 props that I really feel strongly about. It's gonna be Tobias Harris. The first one is gonna be 15.5 points over. Sports books and other platforms have this set at 16.5, so we are getting a discount here currently on PrizePicks at 15.5. I also do like, just really quickly, I like his NBA first half PRA, and I love Tobias Harris's first half PRA here of 13.5. So I'm honestly giving both these plays. I would say pair both these with another play that you like, or the next play in this video, however you feel comfortable. But both these plays I'd feel extremely strongly about. Let's talk about why. So Tobias Harris here, right? If we take a look, his game log without James Harden, right? These last two games, just this season, the last 2 games, he had 23 points and 21 points, 38 minutes, 37 minutes. Peripheral stats 8, 6, 9, and 4. So his PRA over his last 2 games, 35 and 36 PRA, taking 15 shots and 18 shots. We really need Tobias Harris to take 15 shots, right? And I really think that's possible. Just overall, I mean, his PRA without James Harden, right, extremely strong. Even his PRA, I believe, for the full game, this game, could be a decent play. I mean, it's set at 27.5, and you can see many times without James Harden, he's gone over 27.5, like a bunch of times here. But let's get into a little bit deeper. So NBA opponent averages, the Hawks, right? Tobias Harris is a power forward. Obviously, PJ Tucker plays the 4 too. But, I mean, they're kind of interchangeable. Obviously, Tobias Harris is a little bit bigger. But offensively, Tobias Harris is a power forward offensively on the offensive side of the ball. So let's take a look. The Hawks giving up the most points to the power forward position. The most points, 26.7%. 26.7 points per game to the power forward position, right? 1.3 points higher than the next highest team. NBA fantasy points, they're giving him 3rd most fantasy points, right? The 4th most rebounds to the point guard, to the power forward position, and assists are right here at the top, 16 or 15. But points here, 26.7 points per game to the power forward position. Even small forward, which, I mean, Tobias Harris and PJ Tucker are kind of interchangeable there. They're right here, right? They're 10th most points to the power forward position at 21.4. If we take a look at forwards this season versus the Hawks, Lauri Markkanen just went off for 32 and 8 against them. Pascal Siakam had 31 and 12. Zion had 29 and 8. Giannis had 25 and 7. Herb Jones had 19 and 9. BI 16 and 5. OG Anunoby 16, 6 and 3. So forwards have been able to cook the Atlanta Hawks, and the Atlanta Hawks are playing at the 6th highest pace in the NBA, right? So 104.3. The Sixers are near the bottom at 97.9. So with the Hawks playing at a high pace, I think it's definitely going to give an uptick in the amount of shots and possessions here for Tobias Harris. But 15.5 points for the game seems too low. If he takes 15 plus shots, he's hit the over on this 2 games with James Harden, 16 and 16, and then these back-to-back games without 23 and 21. He's been playing extremely well as of late, definitely having to step up. No James Harden. The ball's moving a little bit more. Obviously, more touches for everyone without James Harden on the floor. They may even be a better team. Who knows? I like James Harden as a player, and also Tobias Harris versus Hawks game log since he's been with the Sixers. I mean, he's literally hit the over of 15.5 1 to 7 times, right? 7 times. In his most recent game, he had 16, 6 and 5, 22, 11 and 4, 18, 3 and 1, 17, 7 and 6, 25, 6 and 4. 15.5 points seems extremely attainable for him. And then on the flip side, his first half PRA, this just seems a little free in my opinion at 13.5. Last 3 games, 20, 19, 18. 2 previous games before that, 14 and 12. So it's come super close to this. But 13.5 PRA, for an entire half for Tobias Harris, I mean, his points here, he scored 10, 12, and 13 points in the first half. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to get some assists. He is a major part of this offense. I think since James Harden's come along and since the rise of Tyrese Maxey, we've kind of forgotten how good of a player Tobias Harris is. I mean, this is a guy who signed, $200 million contract, like a borderline supermax contract, or maybe even a supermax, whenever that was a few years ago. This is a guy that, the Pistons traded to the Clippers for Blake Griffin, and when Blake Griffin was a top 10 player in the league. So Tobias Harris, is a very good player here, and at 15.5 points and 13.5 PRA in the first half. I feel strong about both of these, so I'm going to give both of you guys these here. I feel like, honestly, either one of these, I feel like both of these can hit, honestly. Truly, both of these can hit here. So I'm giving you guys both for the first plays of the day. Tobias Harris over 15.5 points and Tobias Harris over 13.5 first half PRA. So it's going to be Kyle Kuzma. And I like his over 23.5 points plus rebounds here against the Dallas Mavericks. So first and foremost, Washington coming off 2 days of rest. They have not played since Monday. Dallas is coming off a back-to-back here, going to Washington to play this road game here. Dallas is still favorites in this game. 3.5 point favorites here. Over-under is at 209 points here. Christian Wood's out. Bradley Beal is out. So there is no Bradley Beal. That is about 20 shots per game. Kyle Kuzma obviously gets a ton of more usage with Bradley Beal being out. But let's get into why I kind of like this play here. So Kyle Kuzma, points plus rebounds game log this season. He has hit the over on this 7 times of, 11 games. 7 of 11 times he's hit the over on this. He's hit the over on this, obviously, 7 of 11 times, and 6 of those times with Bradley Beal in the lineup. So we like that going for us there. But right here, forwards versus the Mavericks this season have played pretty well, and players that play similar to Kyle Kuzma, I would say Kyle Kuzma offensive game is somewhat similar to some of these guys: KD, OG Anunoby, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, Pascal, even Darius Bazley down here. I mean, these guys play very similar to Kyle Kuzma in my opinion. Even Lauri Markkanen, they've all been played pretty well. 37-3, 27-7, 26-4, 22-3, 18-3, 18-7, 17-9, 15-8, 15-8, 15-4, like 15-8. Right here is like right kind of what we're looking for Kyle Kuzma. Maybe 16-8 obviously would hit the over on this one. 17-9 would be beautiful. 18-7 would be crazy as well. But Kyle Kuzma, points plus rebounds game log without Bradley Beal since he's been a Washington Wizard. I mean, it's just been fantastic. You can see right here, 23.5 is the line, so 24 would hit the over. He's hit this so many times. Look at this. Just look at this column here. Right, and I don't like to get too deep into the StatMuse recency bias, but I mean, he plays extremely well without Bradley Beal. He averaged like 20-9 last season without Bradley Beal here. So I think this is a smash spot here for Kyle Kuzma. I do think this line is a little bit too low. If we do this by date, these are his last 2 games without Bradley Beal: 23 points plus rebounds and 26 points plus rebounds. And in this game where he had 23, I mean, he shot 5 for 14 from the field, 2 for 9 from three-point land. I don't think he does this again. I mean, here he makes one more three-pointer or just one more shot, and he hits the over on this one, 5 for 14. He's had 14 shots and 16 shots in these last 2 games without Bradley Beal. I think in this game, also there is heavy juice on the over on his 6.5 rebounds during this game as well. So, I mean, if you can get his 7 rebounds, I think he's also good for 16.5 points in this game, where obviously it's the revenge game here for Kristaps Porzingis. I think Dallas is probably going to try to stop Kristaps from doing his thing offensively, so it should open up some opportunities here for Kyle Kuzma. Obviously, no Bradley Beal as well. All those things in combination, I do like this here. Obviously, with Washington, 2 days of rest and Dallas coming off a back-to-back, should really make it for a competitive game, right? I don't think, hopefully, we don't get a blowout here for either side, but Kyle Kuzma should play an ample amount of minutes, right, in this game, 34 and 31 over these last 2 without Bradley Beal, 30-plus minutes. He's going to take at least 15 shots, so hopefully he gets some rebounds here. Some shots start falling early, can knock down a couple three-pointers, and hit the over on this one. 23.5 points plus rebounds here for Kuzma, taking the over. So, obviously, the Tobias Harris 15.5 points over. Tobias Harris 13.5 PRA first half over, and then Kyle Kuzma over 23.5 points plus rebounds here. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these props. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and as always, let's cash.